Good morning. Welcome everybody to today's edition of Toggle's Daily Video Insights. Today we're going to take a look at a potentially 22% upside in APEI, a company that probably a lot of you will be familiar with. It stands for American Public Education. This is it's a parent company of online learning providers, so it's part of the online education ecosystem. Now, as you can see here, actually the system has generated, after the previous positive highlight, it's highlighted that there are three different things that could potentially be signaling that some upside is due for this particular stock: momentum, technicals, and then momentum again. We're going to take a look at this latest one to see what the details of the analysis are telling us. And specifically, as one always does, we look at how many similar situations has Toggle been able to find in the past. In this case, the answer is 19. And those 19 situations, if the stock were to act similarly to those past ones, this is the range of outcomes that we would expect. So the 22% upside, which would take the price to about 34.75, with the confidence interval suggesting that actually in the past this price was reached potentially quite a bit sooner. So 3 months is really the outer envelope on this analysis. As always, you would like to see the price to stay within this confidence interval. If it were to dip below, and specifically to dip below the red line at 25.02, that would suggest that some driver that is not, in this case, tied to momentum is actually in the driving seat and powering or pushing the stock lower. Why it might move? We actually can see all of these past situations where the 12-month momentum and then also the 3-month momentum, as you can see, you have to squint a little bit, but they're quite stretched. And whenever the stock has seen this, and as you can see, the momentum itself is mean reverting, it tends to then ultimately normalize and turn back to positive. You saw quite a meaningful rally in this particular stock afterwards. So this really is quite an interesting setup here. So take a look at the stock itself, see fundamentally it's something that you would want to own. Looking at the past performance, we can also see the distribution of returns. And look, this also looks really quite compelling. You effectively have returns in some cases exceeding 30% by quite a healthy margin. And on the downside, most of the downside returns were, in fact, virtually all of them were contained between 0 and minus 10%. So quite a good compelling risk reward, potentially almost 3 to 1. And more importantly, the drawdowns, if you look at this cumulative performance chart, which basically assumes that you had invested $1 in the first episode and kept reinvesting it through the next 18, you would have ended up with almost $6 overall. Again, so much for this stock. It's definitely something that it might be worth taking a look, see how fundamentally or technically you agree with the view, but certainly Toggle is highlighting that there is some one-sided risk possible and that the stock could be primed to move. In the daily brief, which by now should already be in your mailboxes, we also discuss some issues that I think will be of interest to every active investor. If you don't get this daily dose of market relevant content, you can sign up at toggle.global. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, just like this video or subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do them every market trading day. And really the aim is to kind of break down the barrier between you, the investor, and then the wealth of data out there by mapping all of those changes specifically into the stocks and the price moves that they might imply. Thank you for your attention, and we'll see you again on Wednesday.